welcome back. We are here for Good Society, the polite ways of company, playing the second edition as a playtest, and here to welcome back my players. We did a intense session 0, essentially in the last session, and now we're going to get started with the play cycle, which starts with the novel phase. So, with the novel phase, the cycle of play is generally begins with the novel phase, which is, of course, like the Jane Austen novels, starts with like a chapter. And so the chapters are essentially like the ways of introducing the characters and their intentions and like introducing the underlying tensions and conflicts. So we'll see how well we stew and simmer with these things. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Elias Rutherford's player will not be able to join us today, so Sabine will be out for today, but we will, see them again like for the next session, and we'll just hint at the lieutenant's doings in this particular game, in this particular session. Okay, so for the novel phase, all right. So we were talking about last time, I believe, that we were going to have this big event, essentially welcoming home our hometown heroes, like the captain, John Warrender, and Lieutenant Elias Rutherford, because they're involved with all sorts of people here in town. Did we agree on naming the town? Was it Brindleton or Brindleshire? What did we agree on? I don't even remember now.
Remember. Let's do Brindleton. That sounds good.
Brindleton? Okay, sure. Sounds good. Sounds commercial. All right, Brindleton. All right, cool. All right, so we're welcoming back hometown heroes to Brindleton, and a lot of us have connections to said hometown heroes, and it coincides with our big harvest ball, which will be held essentially. I think. Let me take a look at our. I mean, if it's not held at the Whittiers, who seems to be, again, a merchant of some means, do we want it held at the Viscount's, at Viscount Bickerstaff's estate? What do we think? I mean, like, I don't care either way. I mean, it could be at, the Whittiers, or at Viscount Bickerstaff's. What do you think is the most likely?
I would say the Viscounts.
Yeah, it could be either. I think the Viscount would be fun.
Yeah, that's because like more sprawling estate, bigger rooms, ballroom, dining room, hidden nooks in the estate. Sure, okay, I agree. So Viscount Bickerstaff's. Anybody have a very pretentious name off the top of their head that they want to call Bickerstaff's estate? Just off the top of your head.
I'm only thinking of like pretty things. I'm thinking of like the Gilded Lily. They had like a pond. Maybe like something have to do with frogs.
Oh God, frogs. Frogs would be fun. Oh. I feel like he looks like a frog, so it's kind of fitting. He does. I'm just trying to think of what we could call it.
Still only thinking of pretty things like the lily pad. Let me see.
It sounds like more like a bachelor pad when you think about it. Um, hmm.
Ladies, yeah. Hmm.
The Angora Frog Estates, Green
I,
Frog Estate, Frog
I,
Pond Estates,
what was that last one?
Frog Pond Estates.
I think, yeah, let's do that. Frog Pond Estates, because I think, his wife put her foot down and said, I need it to be called Estates, but he's like, no, I mean, it's got frog ponds, and it's like, I'm very, even though I'm eccentric, it's like, I'm going to be realistic about this. There's frog ponds, so it's Frog Pond Estates. Okay, great. Fan-tiddly-tastic. All right. So, on Frog Pond Estates, I'm sorry, it's great. Oh my gosh. All right. So on Frog Pond Estates, all garden. Um, let's see. Are we saying that this is elegant, restrained, supervised, formal, or opulent, loud, chaotic, and revealing? It is a harvest ball after all.
Opulence.
Opulent, you think?
Yeah,
Okay.
I assume
Oh,
it'd be nice.
Opulent. I think, yeah, I mean, because if it is an annual thing, then I think he probably lets out all the stops because it's probably the one time that he allows like the people to come onto his estate and just kind of go hog wild. And he'll show that, like, probably like the tables are just like, heavy with food or whatever. And then like he's got his ballroom open and shining with the crumb cloth, like just making the floors gleam, from the wax, when it's not dripping from the candles, like overhead, like burning people. It's great. Let's see what. So intensive preparations. Add a detail to this harvest ball. Let's see. About its appearance, its vibe, or its activities. Again, it's an annual event, totally opulent, full of food, hopefully fun, and festivities for everybody in the town. And again, we are welcoming our hometown heroes. So, I mean, if you'd like, as a part of of Brindleton's society, or as your characters, like what do you note most that you're looking forward to about this ball?
I think the Viscount's cook has a famous and delicious cider-based punch. That everyone's super excited to try again for this year.
And they only have it trotted out for the harvest ball. Oh, that's awesome. Love it.
I'm thinking of like some sort of since the Viscount's estate is very nice and he has a pond,
Hmm.
perhaps there's either like a little tour you can take on the pond that's
Hmm.
like festival or harvest themed. I'm thinking like a hay bale ride, but
Oh.
on the edges of the pond.
Hmm.
It would also be kind of nice if he was kind of just like strangely into the nature around the pond. So maybe he has like a little tiny frog conservatory or something. Um,
Oh,
you can go and tour,
yeah.
play with the frogs. I'm sure kids would love that.
Yeah. I'm thinking that he says he's named all the frogs that he knows of in
That
that
makes sense.
conservatory. Named every one of them. I'm thinking he's named one after Eleanor's husband. He's named one particularly Harold.
Mhm.
Just for fun. Okay. Let's see what else. Um, and of course, this will have like again, like the ballroom's open, and he'll have his daughter singing at least once during the harvest ball. All right. They'll be dancing, of course, and you know, people playing in earnest, so people can dance. And there's going to be card tables for those who prefer not to take the dancing floor. So again, there's going to be rooms off to the side or behind curtains, like in case anybody just wants to have their private whist games, in the back and such. So, what else? What else is notable about the Harvest Ball slash Viscount's Bickerstaff's estate?
Maybe a cigar bar. I'm thinking of like
Mm,
maybe there's a smoking room.
I think that there's definitely dancing,
hmm.
but I also think that there are like breakout rooms, like smaller little like charades going on in one
Oh yeah,
room, or
parlor games,
yeah.
parlor and card games. Cool. And of course, because this is such an opulent estate, there has to be room for garden mazes with gazebos.
Mhm.
I mean,
I
he
think
doesn't mind. He doesn't mind if you go touring those things either. Go ahead.
uh I had noted that he was a world traveler, so maybe he has like well either a mena or maybe both a menagerie of some sort or like things from different cultures in a room that he's taken, as souvenirs.
Hmm.
Uh,
I can picture him as being a souvenir kind of guy. You know what I mean? Since he loves novelties, so I'm like probably a souvenir kind of guy. You know?
we can say they're all natural, so we don't we avoid the whole
Yeah.
British
Right.
thing of taking from other cultures. So like like seashells or even semi-precious stones or uh, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got this rock when I was visited. They stone it, whatever. Been guaranteed this is authentic. Right. Okay. Sure. All right. Cool. So, so this guy's got it. All right. Awesome. So we have established that we are going to be at this wonderful harvest ball. So I think the festivities, I mean, again, for people to enjoy the gardens, the frog ponds, such and so forth, there would be stuff during the day. And then, like, verging into the evening where there would be like some, you know, uh, light dinners to what have you, so people can kind of like come through, get their food, and do whatever they want to do, whether it be the games, whether it be the dancing, that sort of thing. So yeah, what do we think your characters are doing? I mean, like, one of the major things that Eleanor is probably going to be doing is at some point probably going to be picking out a nook that she's going to be looking at everybody and gossiping with the Viscount. So that's what she does. But what's everybody else doing as we welcome folks home? Because I'm sure that Viscount Bickerstaff, being a patron of Oliver and Captain John, I mean, definitely will be welcoming Captain John home. Yeah. So the novel phase is comprised of scenes that you would like to have to establish your characters and then start to show some of the underlying connections, tensions, whatever you want to show to proceed with our story. So, and it doesn't have to be every major character that's in a scene necessarily. I mean, like, if you want to be in a scene with one of your connections or, like, what have you, you can totally do that as well. So,
Is this an invite only situation or an open door? Anyone would could come.
I think this is an anyone can come kind of thing. Again, it's a harvest ball for the entire town, right? I
Okay.
mean, like, so again, the earlier activities would be for the families, you know, but I think the more evening activities would be for the adults, especially for the dancing and for the for the flowing beverages and the smoking rooms and card games and that sort of thing. So yeah.
Prudence definitely arrives into the evening.
Hmm.
She's skipping the daytime activities. Um, and I think I have a couple of things I want her to do, but I think what makes most sense, seeing as how she's coming in later probably than everyone else, is
Hmm.
I'd like her to try to avoid John at all possible costs, but while also keeping him in her sights. It's very much she's kind of working the room and, talking to people perhaps she hasn't been around in a while, catching everybody up on what she's been doing.
Mhm.
But also anytime she like catches him off the corner of her eye, she becomes kind of an awkward turtle, kind of hiding behind the bar and a velvet curtain, excusing herself so that she can make sure not to be seen.
Does she have Jakaya as her plus one, or is she going stag? What's going on?
I'm gonna say she's not there with Jakaya, no,
Okay.
because I think she understands this might be uh not the situation for that.
Hmm.
Um, so she is by herself.
Hmm. And Oliver, you don't necessarily see Elias, but you have heard that he was also supposed to be coming home around the same time as Captain John Warrender. Um, what are you about, like, as you're making your way through this whole kerfuffle? Besides, just what's the word? Pepping Viscount Bickerstaff's daughter up, for her performance. Oh boy.
Yeah, is that yeah, maybe she's like, very, very, very nervous, but I'm like trying to calm her down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm also looking for Elias.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so uh I'm gonna, just tell her to practice really slowly
Mm-hmm.
because when she's gonna perform, her heart's gonna race and that's gonna make it go faster naturally.
Right.
Um, but I tell her I'll be back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna ask one of the servants to get me like a saucer of milk. Um, and I'm thinking, and I'm kind of nervous too, but not because of the performance. Maybe a little bit about that, but also because Elias is back, and who knows how he's changed. Um, are we saying that the military people are coming back from some battle or war, or are they just, or we'll leave it open for now?
I think we're gonna leave it open for now. I mean, like the
Okay.
the um the circumstances of their leave taking are kind of vague. All you know, especially because again, Viscount is Bickerstaff is Warrender's patron. I mean, like, that he's very, happy to see John back. Just by listening into like second or third hand. But
Hmm.
you're also familiar that I guess, like, Elias may be also kind of connected with that
Hmm.
unit or that service in some way. So he's might be on his way back as well. Or maybe he wrote to you. I'm not sure how you found out. Um, yeah.
I
So
mean, I'm gonna take his absence here in the bad way. Like, like what if he doesn't want to see me? Or what if he's changed? No?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what he said to you the last time. Well, he had correspondence. I mean, like,
Yeah, yeah.
we could see how you're worried about it, upset about it. I mean, who would you tell, since you're kind of on the outs with Prudence?
Uh,
Would you talk to your aunt?
oh, with who?
Would you talk to your aunt?
Oh, I probably would. Well, that's a good question.
Also, like,
it
have
is a
you?
secret.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did you actually? What's the word? Did you confide in her about your fiance? Anyway, I mean, you don't have to. I'm just saying, I did you? Did you?
I think it's more fun to keep it a secret at the
Okay,
moment.
sure. That's fine. That's fine.
But I think when I don't see him in the ballroom, I'm gonna go out to the garden maze and maybe there's a spot that we used to meet, and I think, oh, maybe he's waiting for me there, and I go there. Uh, I have a little bowl of milk for the fairies, so that I just leave it out, and it's always gone, when I check on it again. So I'm sure they're there drinking it and not the cats.
I was gonna
Um,
say it has nothing to do with the cats at all. Not at all.
no.
Sure.
And maybe
Yeah.
there's like our we have like our secret spot in the maze. Um, and I just kind of I probably confide in the fairies, which I can't see. But I just kind of like talk aloud. Um, what if, yeah, and I just like voice my worries and like,
Do you want to do your monologue like, already? I mean, you can if you want, but I mean, wow. You
oh,
can
just refresh my memory, like what does that do and what does it
so let me just double check myself because it's like, I forget whether we offer the monologue token to you or you just go ahead and use it.
Mhm.
Because it's like you have the, okay, here we go. Yeah, if you want to use a monologue token, you can just simply like raise your hand or like just let me know like in the chat that you want to use it and then like you use it and you check it off or you uncheck it saying that you've used it this particular phase. I mean, it refreshes every cycle, to
Mhm.
use it again. Okay, yeah. So if you didn't spend your own monologue token to monologue during the cycle, you can immediately spend it to trigger a monologue of another major character. So,
Ah,
you
Mm.
know, you can point fingers at somebody else. It's like if you don't end up using your own monologue token. So just remember that, okay? But yeah, it's your opportunity to, um, yeah, I mean, basically show your inner conflict about something or like
mhm.
basically show what you're feeling or thinking at any particular point in time of the cycle and yeah so
And it's always the novel phase, or it can be in
I
other
think it can
phases.
be any. I think it can be any phase. Literally, I mean, it's think of it as like your ability to spotlight yourself, right?
Mm.
To affect something in the story because it's like you're literally like we're fading out of the scene and we're going to you and spotlighting you and going,
Mm.
okay, talk about yourself. What are you thinking?
All
Yeah.
right, I think it's too early for
Okay, 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 okay.
that.
I mean, if you were to just
uh,
narrate something, I mean, I'm just mentioning that you all have the ability to monologue at any point in the cycle, or use
yeah,
it towards
so
somebody else if you don't spend it during the cycle. So,
I think I'm just gonna be like pacing and
mhm.
talking about, but basically a monologue, but we don't hear it.
Okay, alrighty.
Yeah.
Um, just a question, so this way I can line something up for possibly later. Do we
Mhm.
think that Prudence, you see Ollie outside?
It depends on when that is. Is that earlier in the day, or is that when I get there since I'm coming late?
Mm,
I was thinking I would be there earlier during the day,
mm.
but I mean, that doesn't have to be. Like, if you want to speak with me, I can move it out later. Um,
I think you do that on your own, so I don't necessarily see it. But
sure.
I think when I arrive, I'm trying to avoid John. But I obviously, if I were to see you at all, I would try to get your attention or like get in your space, just so that we can have some sort of a interaction.
I mean,
So
like
it
it could
depends on
be,
what you're doing.
yeah, it could be just as easily as a situation where, in order to avoid John, then you
Mm,
need to go over and like maneuver
I
through the maze and talk to Ollie. I'm just saying.
yeah.
And I'm willing to spend in my own resolve token to be able to say that's what happens. So,
I could be coming back, disappointed that Elias never showed, and then maybe we see each other. Is that good?
Yeah. And there could also be, I'll add to the of what I'm kind of doing is I'm going around and talking to people I haven't seen in a while anyway. And you're obviously on my list, but you're going to be different a little bit in terms of how I
Hmm.
interact with you. So I think I'm also trying to think like you. So as I'm moving around the room, I think I go to the maze because
Oh,
I
cool.
figure you might go there, but I'm after you. You know, I'm like following you because I haven't
Hmm.
seen you yet, but I know some places you might go, and all the while also avoiding John, John like the plague. And probably probably when I get to the maze and I see a thing of milk, I'll be like, who keeps leaving this damn bowl of milk out here? Um,
Then
And
I
then I'll kind of make the rounds until I finally get you somewhere where you are and I can grab you.
and I think when I hear your footsteps, my heart flutters, thinking, "Oh, he did come." And then I turn the
And
corner and I see you. Yeah.
I'm super excited that you were for a moment way too excited because you thought I was someone else, but I don't know that.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I'm like, Ollie, dear. And I'm ready to give you hugs, kisses, as if we're best friends still.
I yeah, I think I flinch a little bit. M Miss Prudence, I wasn't expecting. It's been a while.
Yes. I think it's only been what, 2 or 3 months, maybe? I just saw you, I think.
Um, oh, just curious. Is that true, or is she just saying that?
I don't think she really remembers last time she saw you.
Okay. I fear it's been longer than that, but perhaps it felt like 2 to 3 months to you.
All right. Well, lovely to see you too, I guess.
Uh, I how how have you been?
Wonderful, as always.
That is good to hear. I hope your fortunes are still running well.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's happening. Whatever you just said. Mm-hmm. How are you doing?
Yeah, I paused as if that's like a insane question to ask. Um, uh, I'm prospering under the Viscount's patronage. His
Mhm.
daughter is performing later. Um,
Oh, you're working. That's lovely. That's so great for you. Good.
yeah, oh yes, he's hired me to tutor her. I I hope I have done an adequate job for tonight, but um, it will be her first, so I think her nerves are high. I
Understandable.
uh, if you were there to support her, I would be most appreciative.
Absolutely. When is she going on?
Uh, yeah, I name an hour. Should be after dinner. Um, so so how is your sister?
I haven't seen her yet. I do need to find her tonight. I just kind of got here. Haven't been here for that long. I've just been making the rounds, seeing everybody. So I haven't seen her yet, but I'm sure she's doing fine.
That is good. Uh,
You seeing anyone new?
no, have you heard something?
No. I'm just asking how you're doing.
Oh, no, I have not. If you do hear that, please quench such a rumor immediately.
Okay.
Uh, and yourself, are you have you found uh have you found someone?
To bring to this party?
Uh, someone uh really, Prudence, you're being very difficult.
What?
Uh
I thought we were just catching up. I'm
what would you like to catch up on? Our lives have grown apart, and I fear we both know why.
Hmm. Well, I don't want to keep you. This has been lovely. Let's meet up again later. It's so good to see you.
I kind of nod sadly but stiffly, and I walk away, but I look over my shoulder again at you before we part.
I just stand there.
Not awkward at all. Oh boy. Oh boy. Captain Warrender.
Yeah, do I need to spend a resolve token to appear in this scene as like where Prudence is standing there in the maze?
Sure. If you want to, like, come up upon her suddenly, sure.
Yeah, so John had been kind of hanging out by the punch bowl and drinking a little too much.
Oh God.
Um, I I don't know whether we want to say that the punch was spiked or not,
I mean,
but
it
he
is
was,
famous.
yeah, it is famous. Um, anyway, and he was watching Prudence wander around and avoid him. Um, and he basically followed her out to the maze and came across her right at that moment. Prudence, it's been so long.
Yeah. Um, I think this is a monologue moment, as
Mm,
probably the worst thing that could have happened in this moment happened. I think she is just barely keeping tears, and to herself. She's taking a moment as she watches Ollie walk away to kind of put her mask back on. And that the worst sound just came behind her, which is your voice.
mhm,
So I don't even think she can turn around in the moment you say her name. She just literally goes, "Come on." Okay. And then she turns around.
But what's she feeling in that moment as she's hearing John's voice? Like, what is the thoughts roiling in her head? What's the scene that's like giving her such anxiety or such angst?
I think dread. I think she's feeling absolute dread, and also probably even a little bit of annoyance, like at herself for not catching that he was in the vicinity so that she could continue to avoid him. But then she's having a full I think she's a self-talker. She's having a full conversation in her head for like the 2 seconds between you grabbing her or saying her name and her turning around, where she's like, "You have got to be kidding me. Okay, this is my worst nightmare." Great. So how am I pulling this together? What am I doing here? Okay, so we're just gonna push whatever that just happened with Ollie way down. Go ahead and just stuff that for another day. And I need to be able to turn around with a smile on my face and not look like I am being crushed by boulders right now. And go.
That
Like
is
this.
essentially,
She's
yeah,
like, and scene.
that is essentially the best use of the monologue token. So at any time during the cycle, you use your monologue token and essentially do that. What is your inner monologue right now? So yeah, you can go uncheck it. And
The MT, that's the one.
that is the
Okay,
MT. Yeah, thank
perfect.
you. Yep. All right.
Um, so I think it's been years since we have seen each other. Like I think
Mhm.
Captain John has been out to sea for years, ever since the engagement was broken off or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and he's hopeful, but not like, I don't know, like he's probably heard rumors about you, and so he's a little worried. and
Oh.
you aren't giving him the best reception. So of course, he's
I think it's one of those, it's just one, it's from one awkward situation to the next. She just kind of turns around and yeah, she doesn't really know whether to, she's like, Captain. I don't know if I should call you John. I don't know how
um that's a good question.
formal.
Should I be calling you Miss Brooks?
No, I
Okay.
think Prudence is fine.
Okay. Well, he's gonna say, please, please call me John.
And she doesn't know if maybe she should hug you, and so it's a back and forth of a how have you been? I know you've been away for a while. We haven't seen each other. You look great. If you don't want to have this conversation, we can also just have this another time. I'm sure you're busy. I'm sure you have things to do, and it is getting late, isn't it? Should we maybe just move into I think there's a dancer there's a performance that we should probably get to. So and I'm already trying to like walk away.
Prudence, please, just give me 1 minute of your time.
Okay. Of course. I have yes, I have so much I have okay. Yep.
Tell me what has been going on with you these past years.
So great. And again, I think even through years of not even seeing her, I think you still remember her face when she's like, "Can everyone stop asking me questions I don't want to answer?" Like it's been so great, so wonderful. I've done so much traveling and I have so many great companions that I can't wait for you to meet. Yeah, I've been doing really well. Just living and exploring, um, eating. Um, I've just been doing so much stuff. What has it been like overseas, or I'm not sure exactly what
Been
your experience has
so
been
many
like.
places, seen so many things,
That's wonderful.
but the whole time I've been longing to be back here with you.
I'm sorry, what? Sorry. Sorry. For a moment I think there was something wrong with my ears. You said what now? What was that?
I have never forgotten you, Prudence.
I have to go. 180 running away.
I am perfectly happy to use a resolve token of my own. Thank you very much. Because I think at this point, it's like, I think Eleanor would be coming behind John, you know, and seeing her sister
quick,
like
quick
this.
question about quick
Yeah,
question about the resolve token. Who do I
yeah.
give mine to?
Oh, you would just uncheck it.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Sorry,
yeah.
Eleanor.
Oh no, 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 no worries. Yeah, and so I think, yeah, I think as we're watching, like Prudence, like, hastily make her escape, and then I don't know what kind of look you might have on your face, Captain Warrender,
It's like,
and then you immediately hear behind you, it's like, Captain Warrender.
uh, Captain Warrender slowly turns around and is like, "Oh, Eleanor, how nice to see you." Or Mrs. Whittier, I guess I would call you.
Yes, yes. Are you happy being back to Brindleton, Captain?
Well, I was hoping certain things would go a different way, but yes, I'm happy.
That's wonderful. Certain things may be different than you remember, including how certain people feel about you.
I'm beginning to understand that.
But be reassured, my opinion of you has not changed.
That's very comforting to hear, Mrs. Whittier.
Is it? I don't like my sister being bothered unnecessarily, Captain. Do we understand each other?
Perfectly.
Thank you. Enjoy the ball.
You as well.
I will. The Viscount and I have always much to talk about. And
I'm glad you two are such friends.
she'll just give you that smile of hers, and she'll turn on her heel and just walk away with that straight posture of hers. So, yeah.
And scene.
And scene. That brings us to 10 minutes to. So let's go ahead and take the first break for 10 minutes. And then, if we want to continue on with other scenes to give some idea of like some other fun relationships in here. Again, it doesn't have to be with all main characters, major characters. It could be with major character and connections. It could be with connections, gossiping, because we are going to get to the rumor and scandal phase after the reputation phase, once novel phase is finished. But let's think about that over the next 10 minutes while we take our break. All right, so see you in 10. Okay, before we continue, I just want to clarify, we're getting our resolve tokens back. Reason being is because it's like I conducted that incorrectly, and I want to just make sure we're all on the same, literally on the same page. I had passed out a resolve token reference from the original book, for player reference. And so the way resolve tokens work is that you can spend a resolve token if you want your major character or connection you control to do or know something difficult or unlikely, which is of significance to the story. If you want a connection you control to do something harmful to the interests of a major character or connection, which is of significance to the story. If you want to create, contribute to, or change narrative events or details that are significant to the story and are beyond the actions of your major character or a connection you control. And if you want to compel a major character or connection to do or feel something. So there are specific questions associated with each one of those circumstances. So could my character overhear? What if my character has already met? What if this connection is also after What if, as if you are about to arrive suddenly, or if unfortunately the weather seems to be turning, can my character receive a letter from blah blah? And then there's a negotiation that's involved. So sometimes before you spend a resolve token, you will need to enter into a negotiation with another player. So if you're causing interference of some sort, you want to enter a negotiation. Especially when you're compelling a major character or connection to do or feel something, harming the interests, or interfering with the effect of another player's positive reputation condition. So the way you negotiate is to offer the resolve token to the player of the affected character or connection. And then the player affected can choose to accept the token with conditions, so yes, but only if blah blah, or reject the token completely. So, and if they reject the token completely, then it's not spent. It's just, they just don't accept the circumstance, that particular resolution, and that doesn't happen. So, yeah. So in those circumstances, like what we mentioned of people interrupting, it's like I don't know that we didn't enter into the negotiation necessarily, to make sure that everybody's okay with, what happened. So I'm going to say, we don't use our resolve tokens for that. I mean, although arrive suddenly, for the fact that I didn't enter into the negotiation to make sure that everybody was okay with that, I'm saying that, nobody used up their resolve tokens for that situation. So now we know. And so if, going forward, it's like, like referring to that player reference if you want to use your resolve tokens for any of those circumstances where you're going to make a significance to the story and affect other characters and their actions and their positive reputation, then that's when you would apply those circumstances. Okay? So, yeah. Just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page and I was trying to do this correctly because I am known to not necessarily follow by the rules. So, anyway, continuing onward. There definitely should be a scene, I think, where Eleanor will talk with Prudence at some point in this ball, but that could be later on, perhaps. Taking Prudence to,
Yeah.
you know.
I actually had that one of the reasons why Prudence was coming here
Oh,
was to ask Eleanor for money.
oh,
So it
oh.
kind of works out perfectly given what just happened.
Okay.
Mm.
That should be fun. Okay. I
Oh,
mean, we don't have to necessarily have that like right now, but I mean, like that is
yeah.
up to you. Um, especially since she just totally down Captain Warrender. But does do does Captain Warrender or Ollie want to have a different scene, like with somebody else? I
Um,
could.
would I have to spend a resolve token to get Commander Jack to show up
Let's see.
dramatically in the ball?
Oh, like how dramatically? Like what are we talking here?
Like maybe even him and the Commodore, like
Oh.
show up, you know, all of a sudden in the middle of the ball.
Oh my. Okay, what if you are about to arrive suddenly? Wow. Okay. Sure. Let's see. So,
And Captain Jack doesn't know that either of them are in the area, so
oh. Okay. Who is aware that you're in the area? Is it the commander?
Captain Jack doesn't know that the commander is in the area.
Oh, okay.
The
Captain Jack's
commander is
saying.
staying with the Whittiers, so the Whittiers know
Ah,
that he's
okay.
there.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah. Um, let's see. So, they're arriving suddenly, they're affecting you. Yeah. So, since you're asking for the circumstance, it's like, I think you'd be giving your resolve token to one of those connections. Um, who do you want to give it to? Like it's like
Let
base.
me give it to Jack.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just uncheck it from mine and check it on his.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he's a flirt. Oh boy. Go for it.
So he just shows up. I think he shows up with some friends, kind of like on each arm, and already has started the party. So he's a little inebriated and he's feeling good. So he just shows up. He has two lovely people on his arm. He's schmoozing everybody. Um, he's happy,
Oh dear.
smelling a little strong of whiskey. Are you in the ball right now?
Is Captain John in the ball? Yes.
I think as soon as he catches eyes on you, he leaves these two to come up to you, and I think he just kind of gives you like a big embrace, full like body, like John, and then just like bear hugs you.
He really likes you. Sorry.
John is very taken aback by this. He knows that Jack, like he's friendly with Jack, like they're friendly, but he
Mhm.
doesn't. I don't think he knows that Commander Jack is in love with him.
Mhm.
And he's definitely a little taken aback by the commander's current state, like of being
Mhm.
inebriated. It's like, Jack, how are things going? I didn't know you were in the area.
Yes. I just just sort of just was coming by. My good man, you don't have anything in your hand. Can we get some drinks over here? And he's kind of getting some people to come over and give you a drink, give him a drink to give the other people around him a drink. And I think he's kind of drawing a bit of a crowd. I think he's well known
Mm.
for being fun, let's say. He's like a toast. Welcome, welcome back. He downs his
Thank
drink
you.
and gets another.
John kind of takes very small sip of his drink. So what brought you to the area? I didn't know you were going to be in Brindleton.
What does he have a reason why he's in the area?
He's pursuing Captain John.
Oh, perfect.
And he's staying with the Whittiers.
Hmm.
So,
Perfect. He was like, I thought I would come by, see how the betters live out here and then in good old what's it called? Brindleton. Um and I'm glad that you just happened to be here. Coincidence.
Yeah,
You look
that
great.
is a
You look
coincidence.
good. This is
Thanks.
this is really well tailored, this outfit.
It's my uniform. It is tailored to me. You're right.
Um, mm, mm, mm. And how have you been?
Well, the evening is not proceeding as I had hoped, but I'm enjoying myself. He's lying. He's not enjoying himself.
Can I tell that?
I think Commander Jack knows Captain John pretty well, so maybe.
Okay. He's like, you know what you're missing? Another drink.
Hmm.
And I have not seen you go out on the dance floor. I've not seen you, loosen up a little bit. It's a party.
Well, but who would I dance with?
Silence. Let's find you someone, shall we? With plenty of prospects. And again, you both kind of get swarmed by lovely ladies and gentlemen that want his attention. And so
Hmm.
because he wants their attention, you now have their attention.
Captain John is not comfortable with this at all. He's not used to being the center of attention.
He's sort of just introducing you to everyone. He's like, Countess, this is Captain Warrender, and like everyone he knows the first names of, and they're all kind of politely saying hello to you.
I mean,
Captain John
it's even
makes
funnier.
it through this somehow.
Yeah, it's even funnier because it's like, you're the one that's the hometown boy, but then he's the one that's like the stranger. So
Mhm.
it's like, okay.
Does Commander Jack find him a partner?
Do you want to find a partner?
Well, Captain John does not particularly want to, but if Commander Jack is insistent, he might
I don't
dance.
necessarily think he'd push anything on you because I'm trying to decide in my head how bold I want him to be. And I kind of think I want him to be pretty bold. So
Can
I think he's
this
just
may I put in a resolve token? And
okay.
like where it's like you've all been engaging in this whole like rousing like country dance, like it's like very like like just like kind of like rolling from one partner to the next, and you've been introducing him because it's like you've been kind of like pushing him ahead of you, like to just make the rounds with everyone. And then, like, just as he's asking that question, or you're asking that question, do you want to find a partner? Da da da. I think it slows down. Would you be
Mm.
willing to accept a resolve token on that circumstance?
Yes.
Okay, so taking it off, go ahead and add a resolve token to Jack. Jack's going to be having a lot of narrative control. I'm just saying.
Um, yeah, I think as it slows down, he's just kind of like, oh, well, looks like we're out of people. Might as well, you know, we're here. And kind of puts his hand out to you to dance with him.
Captain John is was not expecting this, but he accepts your hand. Who is leading and who is following?
Oh, I'm leading.
Okay.
And I'm a good dancer.
Captain John is a is an adequate dancer.
Okay.
What do we talk about during the dance?
Um, Probably whatever you've been doing lately. I think everything that I would say would be, oh, I've visited, so and so, and I'm thinking of going to Peru next week or next year. I'm I think he would talk a lot about himself if you let him. And so I think at some point he only has the amount of time you're dancing, so he does want you to say something. Like,
What does he ask?
have you reconnected with anyone in town since you've been back?
Well, I was trying to reconnect with someone, but she does not want to reconnect with me.
Do I know about Prudence?
Um, I'm not sure Captain John would really have talked a lot about Prudence,
Okay.
but I think maybe you know that there was someone back home who broke his heart or something.
Okay. Who's the lucky lady?
Um, is Prudence dancing right now?
No,
Okay. Is she in the room?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, so he won't like point to her or anything, although that would be rude, so he probably wouldn't do that anyway. He's like, well, she's here tonight. Her name is Prudence
Prudence.
Brooks.
Hmm. Don't recognize the last name.
I think as you're saying that though, just as a bit of background color, I think you see, like, the camera will see uh, Eleanor and Viscount Bickerstaff, like, just whispering really, like, animatedly in the corner, watching you two.
Kind of whirl you around. Well, what's the plan, old man? What are you doing? What happens
Um,
tomorrow?
well, tomorrow is, I was planning on going fishing, I think Captain John will say.
Fishing.
You know how I love to fish.
Do you love to fish? Haven't you had some time to fish over wherever you were? Don't you want to do anything else?
Well, I was thinking of taking a picnic with me.
Uh-huh. Wow. Well, don't get too wild. Um, I might be in town still tomorrow, maybe even to next week. I don't know. I haven't decided where I'm gonna head to next. So if you ever want anyone to split a wedge of cheese with you, or if I'm available, of course,
You want to get dinner tomorrow night at the pub?
that sounds wonderful. Would love to catch up.
Thanks for the dance.
You're very welcome. You're getting, well, I was gonna lie and say you're getting better, but you're not bad at dancing. So, and they'll kind of twirl you off. And he'll also kind of give you a kind of like an honorary bow of his own thanks. Very charming. And I think that's where you guys would leave it.
Yep.
Could I insert the Commodore here to speak to Commander Jack? Or do I need
Sure.
to do I need to do a result token, or can I just say it
I think
happens?
since you control her, you can just do it.
Yeah, I think she's here. I think she's in military dress. I think she's looking at the dance floor as if it's a battlefield, and
Mhm.
she's neither happy at Commander Jack's state. Um, oh, that's curious. But she is glad that Captain John is here. But at some point she'll talk to Commander Jack, I guess, first.
He's getting another drink.
Commander, I see you're having yet more uh, to drink.
Yes, yes, did you want one?
Oh, she gives you a stare. Like, why did you even ask? Like, no.
Can I get
uh,
you anything?
I I fear your inhibitions have are low enough for the both of us.
He kind of looks taken aback by that and looks down at like his clothes.
Mhm.
I still have my pants on. I think I'm actually think I'm doing pretty
Commander,
well. Been drinking for several hours.
I'm smiling, but she's not smiling. Uh, Commander, perhaps the news I will give you then will help sober you. Are you aware that are you aware that Captain John is considering leaving the service?
I was not.
It would
That's
be
horrible, correct?
it would be very it would be unfortunate indeed if we were to lose uh, such a skilled officer.
Mm.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, he looks very skilled. What was his reasoning?
That he did not share, unless you think he did, Sean.
Hmm.
I think that he actually has talked with the Commodore about Prudence and about how he wants to
Oh, oh,
settle down
that's
with
cool.
her. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. It seems it seems there is a woman um who seeks to lure him away from the sea and from His Majesty's service.
Mm.
But if there was someone who could lure him back, and she looks pointedly at you,
I see. I do love a good tug of war game.
I will consider the drink responsible for your casual address. But in the future, I expect you to behave with the decorum of an officer, Commander. And
Yeah,
this, I see that you are surrounded by temptations, but I believe you are of enough moral fiber to withstand it.
absolutely. I am just tip to top, full moral responsibility. You can he says he's trying not to laugh. You can rest assured of that.
Dismissed. And she walks away.
He's the party. Um, Based off of what you've said and what John has said, would Jack know anyone I could talk to who could give me the name or the description of this mysterious lady?
Well, you're the guest of, is it Harold Whittier? Is that the husband? You're the guest of Harold
Um,
Whittier, and he is
yes,
the brother-in-law of Prudence Brooks. So,
the Whittiers will know. I think his brain is moving along as he prepares for his tug of war. And so he'll go off to find probably Eleanor since she's the gossiper.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, you'd get a hint of that, like, ahead of time because, um, you know, I'm sure that, Harold would probably let you know about, well, his wife does her thing, and then you'd probably hear about it because also Teddy Whittier is also like staying with them as well. So if you didn't observe it with Eleanor herself, then you definitely would get it from Teddy. So,
Okay.
but anyway, I think before we have that conversation between Eleanor and Prudence, Commander Jack, is there anybody else that you wanted to speak to that would make sense for kind of seeing if you could get somebody else on your side to try to get Prudence back?
Was that for Commander Jack or for Captain John?
Oh, Captain John.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
like,
really should rename these characters.
sorry, it's just so confusing. Sorry, but anyway,
I think that Captain John is going to talk to the Viscount.
okay, okay,
Who
yeah,
controls the Viscount?
me. So,
Oh, okay. So Captain John is going to wait until the Viscount is no longer talking together with Prudence. I mean,
oh,
not
sure.
Prudence, with Eleanor.
Yeah.
Um,
I think you can definitely catch him like, as like, the like say it's like after dinner and then like, his daughter has gone on and done her performance and he's like, he's got two tin ears, so it's kind of like, he's enjoying her performance greatly and everybody else is just having that grin on their face where they're like, "Oh my God, this is so uncomfortable, but I'm going to listen to it anyway cuz he's paying for the party." So yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's happy as a clam. He's just like sitting there like with his his hands on his cane and he's just like bobbing along with his head and like listening to her sing and she looks happy. She was nervous in the beginning, but then she's kind of like getting into it and then she's just like, wailing away. And then she finishes and then he's like, "Yes. Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful, Rosemary. Yes." And then I mean, like, if you come up to him afterwards, I mean, like, everybody kind of like, you know, kind of drifts around him, congratulates him, and then like, drifts off again too.
So Captain John is going to come up and congratulate him on his daughter's performance.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
Captain John does not have two tin ears, although he's not like a musician or anything like that, but
Hmm.
he suffered through it, but he knows better than to say that.
Right.
It's like capital performance, capital performance.
Yes, isn't it? She was wonderful. Ah, that Barnett fellow has just done wonders with her. I mean, you should have heard her 2 years ago. She was a little bit off, but she was trying. But now I think she's well on her way to becoming quite the musical. What do they call them? The prodigies? Yes, I think she's going to be doing wonderfully. You know.
Um, One question possibly for Rod. Does Captain John know Ollie? Do they know each other?
Uh, I'll say, I mean, I was best friends with Prudence,
Oh,
so you
that's a good
must,
point.
at the very least, know of me. But I
Okay.
would think that we've met, briefly at some point.
I would
Okay.
say you probably were before our outing, like gonna be like in the wedding. Like I think there's been introductions. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So when the Viscount mentions Ollie,
Mm.
Captain John is going to be, oh yes, Barnett. Yes, he's quite the musician.
Yes, yes,
He
yes.
sounds like he's a great tutor as well.
Yes, he's been doing wonders with Rosemary. It's been wonderful having him just be just such a resource and such a reassurance for her. She's just quite timid girl, but she's been doing wonderfully. Hmm. How are you, my boy? I mean, you've been doing your commission, and you've sent such scant letters. I've been feeling as if you've been holding back. I'm just wondering if you're doing all right.
I've The service has been a wonderful part of my life. Um, but really, I came back here to try to reconnect with Prudence, and she has not been, what's the word? Not been open to that.
Question. Would the Viscount have known about the reason that you accepted the commission in the first place?
You know what? Maybe.
Okay.
I think
And
maybe there was a lot of gossip at the time about it.
sure, sure. And of course, like, with one of the biggest gossipers in town, it's like, he'd probably have like wind of it whether he believed it or not. And like, it remains to be seen. But he did do you a solid by helping you with your commission. So I think
Mhm.
he's going to consider it for a minute as he like kind of like puts his hands on his cane and then will stand up and come with me, my boy. And then like he'll kind of like shuffle over and then like kind of just kind of make the rounds, like going through, like saying hi to people and whatever, as he's just making his way through the different rooms and like out the door, actually, like out into the night air and such, and maybe going into one of the terraces that's
Mhm.
around, so you can still see like the activities in the ballroom and some of the other rooms, but I mean you're out of the fray, and then you guys can talk. You left here, and you were, I would say, you were not yourself when you initially took the commission, and you wanted to be sure of your feelings. Are you sure now that you still want to pursue this action with Miss Brooks?
I was sure of it, but after speaking with her, my heart is torn.
Your heart can be torn into many pieces. It's what it looks like when you put it back together that counts. And when it is put back together, does it or will it truly include her?
I hardly know how to answer that. I am still trying to figure things out.
You're on leave. I suggest you take this time to really consider that and not just try to jump back into things and think everything's going to be the same as they were.
That's good advice.
Please take it as so. I'm not doing that because, well, I know how Eleanor felt, and I'm sure still feels. But don't mind her. She's a bit stuck when it comes to her family, and I want you to consider how you truly feel. If you are going to settle down with whichever you choose for your life, be sure it is what you choose, and not because of what you're holding on to from the past.
Kevin Jung considers this and says, "But I've longed for her for so long. It would be hard to give her up."
Is it because she was the only one that has been in your mind for so long? Have you even opened your mind to anyone else in this time? You can't tell me,
Um,
boy, that you haven't met anyone that could possibly even fill the same space.
John is going to look really confused and be like, "Well, but who? Who would who would be interested in me?"
He, I mean, he just. Are you seriously? He stamps his cane on the ground. Are you looking at me in all seriousness? I may be old, but I am not blind. Yet. Do you realize what kind of cat you are, boy? Oh. And he just gives you this look like, are you serious? You need to open your eyes, or mind, or heart, whatever. Goodness. Ugh. See what happens. Once you stop pining after just one, maybe there'll be more that will seek you out, or have sought you out and you didn't know. And he'll kind
I'll
of nudge
take
you with
your
his cane. Yeah.
I'll take your advice to heart. Thank you,
Do
Viscount.
so, do so. And enjoy the rest of the party. Don't just go around with that long face of yours. I'm sure you look much better when you actually smile. And he'll tap you on the leg again with his cane. So, and he'll hobble off, and just be like, and like he'll go off to like some of the other people around, like just kind of like half clapping and being like, enjoy, enjoy, feast, feast, finish, finish.
Can I spend my monologue token right now?
Absolutely, please do.
Okay. So Captain John has spent the last, I don't know, 7 years pining after the woman who jilted him and broke his heart. And um, as I've said before, probably not really even knowing who she is, like knowing her as a person or really understanding her. Um, and just that one conversation really kind of jolted him a little bit out of this kind of infatuation. Um, just seeing how unwilling Prudence was to even talk to him um, was, was unpleasant, but kind of opened his eyes a little bit. Um, so he's standing there on the terrace alone and just I think he's still holding a drink in his hand that he's just kind of been nursing really slowly. And he's just thinking about how happy he was when he was engaged with Prudence and how unhappy he was when she jilted him and how he just didn't understand her reasons. Like she gave him reasons at the time and he didn't understand them. And he's like finally thinking like maybe those weren't her real reasons. Maybe there were other things at play that I just didn't know about. And maybe it's maybe it's not meant to be. But he doesn't come to any strong conclusion. He's still kind of holding out hope. But anyway.
Meanwhile, where does Eleanor find you, Prudence? After dinner, after the caterwauling in the in the recital, you know.
Where would she run? This is the Viscount's home,
Yes.
but there are plenty of guests.
Mm,
I would assume Miriam is here, or
mm,
Miriam.
yeah.
Um, and because Jakaia's not here, and she just had a really awkward moment with Ollie, she doesn't have many people to like confide in. And so it's gonna have to be like Miriam. Like Miriam, I think immediately she runs away and her self-talk is just rampant, like rapid fire in her head. And she's like, if I don't tell someone right now about how my life is imploding, I'm not going to be doing well in about an hour. So I think she's like literally runs to whoever she knows will listen to her, and I think that's Miriam. Um, and so I think she's with Miriam the whole time. So she misses, even though she had just promised Ollie that she was going to go see the performance, fully misses it. She's not on the dance floor, so anyone can see her. She ran to Miriam, grabbed her, and was like, I need to speak to you right now. Right now. I need you to come with me right now. And she like literally took her somewhere, like secluded, so that they could talk. And she's been there the whole time. Um, and since Sabine isn't here, I'll just say that they kind of have a conversation, and Miriam kind of brings her back. Almost has like a very similar sobering conversation that John just had with the Viscount, and she's able to come back out. Unfortunately, she kind of comes back as as if everything that had happened in between her arriving with Ollie and John didn't matter. So she's kind of put done her like factory reset so that she can continue to wear the mask and not be bothered by things. So she is back to, grabbing a drink and being polite and being happy. And she's just running over to Eleanor to finally ask her for what she actually came here to do. So she's being very, very pleasant with her, like hugs, kisses. She instead of calling her Eleanor, she's calling her sister, Very, very like, what do you want? It should be the vibe that other people that like Eleanor gets.
Yeah.
Um, but I think because Eleanor probably knows her so well, in her eyes, she looks rough. She looks like she just got hit by a train. Um,
Come
she's
with
like,
me.
ah,
We need to go to one of the other parlor rooms. What is
yes, yes,
what
I'd love to talk.
what what is wrong with you? You
What do you mean?
you had that conversation with Captain Warrender. What did he say to you?
You didn't hear any of it?
I know that he came and spoke to you. I was trying not to be eavesdropping.
It was just us catching up. He's been doing exceedingly well, and I let him know that I have also been doing very well. Pleasantries. Um,
You weren't considering going back to your engagement with him, were you?
oh, goodness, no. Oh, goodness, no.
You are too good for him, Prudence. I've always thought so.
Yes. Well, I'm, to be honest, it seems I'm too good for everyone. Um, but I'm sure I'll find someone up to my standards.
What are your standards? I'm worried about you.
Why?
I can't help but hear about certain things that you are involved in. I mean, you are doing well, but are they all legitimate? Are you sure you're not getting in trouble with the wrong people?
It is the opposite, sister. In fact, I have a money-making proposition to run past you that I think you might be interested in. I'm really going towards a entrepreneur business mindset, really growing something with my accolades and hopefully also expanding overseas. So I'm very busy. So many wonderful prospects
So you're getting into trading of some sort.
of some sort, yes.
Have you talked with Harold?
That is on my list. I know he is busy. I thought coming to you first would be more appropriate.
Indeed. How much? I assume this is more a monetary matter. You don't necessarily want my emotional support.
You give that so freely. No, yes, so not much. How much would be in this time period? How much would be like a little too much?
A little too much. It's like I guess like around Jane Eyre's time, it was like 500 pounds would get you through the year, right? So I mean, somewhere like around theirs would be like, oh God, what? You know?
Okay.
So
This opportunity I feel is going to be extremely lucrative, something that I've been working on for the last year or so. So it might be a touch more of an investment than I would generally ask for, but I can assure you I already have, and she'll just kind of wave to some like either like a book or something that she has on her of like proof. Like, but I already have plenty of successes in this realm. Starting 6 to 700 should be absolutely more than enough to just get this fully invested.
I do hope you mean 6 or 700 pence, not pounds.
As I've said, this will be extremely lucrative. You could see 3 to 4 times return within a year.
I have a limited amount of pin money. It, this is
I
extreme.
I I understand. It is a proposition. I have, of course, other investors, but I thought I would give you an in this new prospect. Absolutely no decision is necessary today.
Indeed, I would have to consider this thoroughly, of course. Um, if you could give me a few more particulars
Of
about
course,
the
I'll have
business.
um I'll have Jakaya write something up for you.
I see. Um,
Does Eleanor know who Jakaya is?
I think
I would
she's,
hope not.
well, I mean, she might be familiar with him, like, as a, like from afar. Like, she
Mhm.
knows that, Prudence is hanging out with, like, Jekiah Samuels, but I mean, like, not, like, knowing, like, he's a bookie necessarily. Like, he's a business relationship of some sort. But
Right.
since she doesn't necessarily know Prudence's business, it's like she wouldn't necessarily know it has anything to do with the gambling or the debts or the whatever. So it's kind of like, that's why she's got like such an unsure look on her face. It's like she loves you as her sister, but she's kind of like she's worried as hell because Prudence, are you are you sure you're not in any kind of trouble?
Absolutely.
I would like I would like to see you settled. I, it is a wish of mine. I don't know how realistic that is. I just worry about you.
Is there anyone I can say that maybe she wouldn't know?
Hmm.
I don't, maybe someone out of town. Ooh, maybe a foreigner. Maybe like from the Americas. Let me see.
We have a convenient American.
We do. Oh no. Oh, that's perfect. Well, I have been speaking with someone. We're going very slow, so I haven't really talked about it with anyone.
Who?
Oh boy, I'm gonna get myself into trouble. Lieutenant Eliza,
We're gonna get to the rumors and scandals part soon. Come on.
Lieutenant Eliza Hurst. I don't know if you've met her.
No. We have
Perfect.
I'm sorry?
Yes, she's perfect.
Uh,
You would be a huge fan of her. Again, this we're taking things very slowly, and so we're not sharing, and so I would appreciate it if you would also not share it.
would. Hmm. Mm, never mind. I will see if Harold or Bickerstaff have any connections to get a little bit more information if you seem to be less forthcoming. I worry about you, Prudence.
Well, it's just sisterly duty, isn't it?
It's not just duty. And she kind of like just sighs a little bit, like, you know, like like she kind of breaks down the mask just a slight bit, and then she kind of like puts herself back into the poise and just a little concern. That's all. I do hope you will bring this Lieutenant Hurst by to meet us quite soon.
I sh absolutely will. In time, I don't want to steal the light of our returning officers, but in time, I promise.
All right. And then she'll kind of like, start to move out of the room, but then she'll give like a look back over her shoulder. And like you just see, it's like it's a warning expression of like worry and concern with like, you better not be doing anything bad. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, right.
And
Before
Prudence
she
the
complete.
whole time until she's fully out of the room, shoulders back, smile on. She's just like, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. And she's gone. Okay.
Too funny. And does Ollie have any other scenes that he wants to have, or any of your connections that you'd like to have any scenes with?
I I think he'd like another scene with Prudence. Yeah, like yeah, another scene with Prudence.
Okay.
If you want to, I don't know, it's up to you, but if you want to have a break first, or do you want to have the scene first, either way is fine.
Do we need a 5 minute break at the hour? I mean, we can totally do that. People need it. Yeah? Okay.
Okay, cool.
5 minutes, and then, like, we'll have that one scene, and then we can go to the next phase. All right? So, see you in 5. Okay. So, you wanted to have a scene with Prudence. When would this occur, do you think?
It could be later in the night.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you think it's like as the night is winding down? Do you think it's like, like after,
Oh.
as people are going home? What do you think?
Uh, does Prudence make it to the betting rooms at some point?
Oh yeah.
For sure.
And in fact, I would like also for Jack to be there.
Oh,
But yeah, she's at the end of the night winding down in the betting rooms.
Sorry,
hmm.
just to clarify, Commander Jack or Captain John?
Commander Jack.
Sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah, Commander Jack. Because I know I'm playing him, but I think the last thing he was doing was basically trying to find out who Prudence was. But because he's, a bit of a salacious fellow, he'd be in the betting rooms. Um, so yeah, I think Prudence is
Oh.
uh sitting at a table, and I think her shoulders are a little slumped. She doesn't look as excited as she was earlier in the day. And she's sort of just throwing coins into the middle whenever they say, raise. I think she's playing like 21 or something. She's just like, sure.
Yeah. So yes, I do think this is after your conversation with Eleanor and maybe not not winding down. Well, maybe you know later in the night then. I think when Oliver walks into the room, like maybe like people notice that, oh, here's a fresh mark kind of thing. This is not my I have not really shown up in this kind of place. Um, but I see you and I immediately like pull up a chair and uh sit next to you. And
I don't look over. I know it's you.
mhm.
I'm just Sir Barnett.
uh maybe you're surprised that I asked to be dealt in for the next hand. You've never seen me play cards.
How ironic would it be if he's really good at it? I'm just saying.
It'd be hilarious.
uh, Prudence, I was perhaps a bit curt with you earlier. Uh, please know it was not. Uh, it was the stress of the performance that affected me so, as well as the absence of a certain. And he just stops because he knows you know who I'm talking about. Um, so I would not put the I would not put that burden upon your shoulders of my rudeness. Uh, and you probably noticed that he doesn't know how to play. He's just doing what the person to his left is doing. Like
Mhm.
if he he calls and yeah, I do the same thing. Uh,
Uh,
and
she's
and
she's definitely paying attention to everything you're doing. She's just kind of like
Mhm.
this guy.
And then like my cards like almost like droop a little so like people can see what they are, and you kind of like maybe like lift them up again or make a gesture. Uh, uh, it has been a difficult night,
Yeah, tell
and I
me.
would not make. I would lighten our moods as I may. Um, though I did notice that you were not there for the performance, and I commend you on your wisdom.
I
She's
I heard
yes,
she was a prodigy of some sort.
she was most creative. She she mid song decided to change keys, but I was able to accommodate the harpsichord.
Mm,
um, but she was very happy with it. Uh, uh,
wonderful.
and her
Uh,
father is yes, her father was also pleased, and that is in the end what matters. Mm, I I have a proposition for you. If a topic perhaps a bit sore, but I know well my prior engagement with um, Lieutenant Elias uh, was was never realized. So we have in secret still been communicating. I had hoped he'd be here, but it appears he was called elsewhere. Uh, and I thought it would be a wonderful opportunity if perhaps you could speak with him and see where he stands.
A Rutherford? You want me to speak? Why? Why? You say you've been in communication about what?
Uh, it has unfortunately been very, shall we say, surface level communications. We, I do not know where his heart lies. I mean,
Hmm.
all those years on the sea, who knows what could have happened? He could have been, he could have met another, is what I am
I mean,
saying.
probably, yes.
Probably, you think probably?
Makes sense to me.
Uh, it,
Ollie, y- you're not planning to raise with that hand, are you? I would fold.
Fold. Yes, I will. And I think you see him like starting to fold one of the cards, and you shake his head, you
No,
shake
no,
your
no,
head.
dear. Put them face down and just say fold.
Of course.
Wonderful. And the
Fold,
dealer
and I
and
slammed down.
the dealer just goes, "All right, Miss Brooks takes all." And I bring the money into me. Yes, good job. What what are you hoping to gain from this? I
I
suppose I'm confused.
I'm seeking to know what is in his heart, and what I'm hoping to gain is what I'm willing to give. I I know you well enough to know that you are not over Captain John,
What?
and I would speak with him and find out his heart. I don't know that you had your talk of the maze already. Um, and
What?
if and shepherd it towards the pastures of your company.
Are you telling me that you're still interested in Elias?
I am. How could I not be? Are you telling me you're not interested? Oh, and I realize I've talked a little louder than I should have. Are you telling me you're not interested in Captain John?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Not interested.
Well, then it seems I don't have anything to offer.
You have plenty to offer, Ollie.
To offer you,
Your friendship, your companionship, your advice, your time. Why do you want to give those things to Elias Rutherford?
you you disapprove because of his family scandal, or perhaps another reason.
I come from the Whittiers. They're all, and I kind of look around at the table. They're both of those families are cut from the same cloth, which is why I no longer take that name. And here you are wanting to I don't know, join that side. When did that become more important than being with me?
I never saw it as a choice. Oh, and I it it is not his family I love, or nor his money, or it is the man himself. And I did you think I chose him over you? Because that is simply not true.
Suppose it doesn't really matter what I believe or think.
Well, of course it does. Else I would not be talking to you. I think I've been like winning a few hands without even realizing it. Like people just like push money towards me, and I just like push it, put money back. But but if you are content to be where you are, and I kind of look around, and in the state you're in, and with the company you keep, if you prefer that, then perhaps I will leave you to it.
Hold. He's just staring down at the table.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, cool. So I think we'll close out of the novel chapter for
Sure.
this particular part of the phase. And then we're going to move into the reputation. So excuse me if like I'm a little bit hazy on this one because this has changed from the original version. So there's two ways that we can do the reputation in the new version, okay? But essentially, the major character's reputation is made up of the individual reputation tags, which change during the reputation phase. So during this phase, you're going to gain tags according to the reputation criteria that's on your playbook, and then spend them on reputation consequences. And the big difference is that reputation tags can no longer be traded for resolve tokens to affect the story. So it used to be where you could just use them just like resolve tokens in the original game, but now that is no longer the case. So in the reputation phase, we're going to take a look at this, and there's two ways to do this. There's two ways to gain tags. Reputation by fashion and reputation by vigilance. Because we're doing a shorter series, and we're trying to keep it lighter, we're going to do reputation by fashion. Okay, so society cares not for the qualities of an individual, except where it matches the current objects of their approbation or condemnation. Okay, so the qualities that the ton are looking for are randomly chosen, and the major characters who most embody them are awarded the corresponding reputation tags. Okay, so I was just rolling randomly just to see, what we have. So for this particular phase, it's like I select reputation tags equal to half the number of major characters, rounding up. So that's 3 random reputation tags out on the table. So let's see. If we're not sure whether the tag is positive or negative, we've decide. And I think I'm gonna say, like, in this case, it's like, given the way the reputation tags are, I mean, like, you can make it positive or negative depending on like how vague it is. So, like, tough could be positive or negative, so it really depends. Now, for each tag, I'm gonna ask which major character most embodied this quality in the events since the last reputation phase. So obviously, since we just did one novel phase, I'm just gonna ask. So one of the first ones that I picked out was tough. Who, out of all the characters that were the major characters that were in the scene so far, who do we think is tough? And again, it's like it can be positive or negative. Who do we
Eleanor.
think? Okay. Do we think that's positive or negative? That's the question.
Depends on which major character you're asking.
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
I would say a positive. I think she did a soft, hard, tough.
So fucked up.
You
That's
know?
funny. Okay.
She has range in her toughness.
Okay. All right. We'll just say that. Positive so far. And if this was like further along in the game, then then there would be a reputation consequence. But that's like for the first reputation phase, it's like there's going to be no reputation consequences because we have to develop it a little bit more so society can see how how good or bad we are. So we're just going to go with that. All right. Next tag that I have is going to be messy. Seriously, messy.
Prudence.
Yeah,
I did not feel like
Prudence.
that was directed at me.
See? Sorry. Messy.
Yeah. Yeah. Prudence is real messy.
Do we want to say good messy or bad messy?
Certainly entertaining.
Yeah.
I would say
That's
bad.
okay.
Hmm.
All right. So go ahead and take that as your third reputation tag, and put a down arrow on it. Okay. And the third reputation tag, like whomever it's going to belong to, is and I can't read my handwriting. Okay, hold on. God dang it. Sturdy. There we go. Who's sturdy? And if we don't think it, if we think nobody fits that, I can pick another one randomly.
Not sure what sturdy means.
I know, right? Well, I mean, let's put it this way. This table is 60 tags long, and there's supposedly much more in the full iteration. So, yeah. If we don't think it fits anybody in this one, I can randomly pick another one.
I mean, Captain John has weathered a few negative interactions. I don't know. Is that sturdiness?
I was
Again?
thinking Captain John too.
Yeah, I can see Captain John like being. I mean, like, because you can consider sturdy as being like a version of stoic. So I would definitely say that's for sure. And then, like, I would say positive, you know.
Yeah.
You have a steadiness about him that, carries over. So, got your sea legs, man. Love it. Okay. So, that keeps it pretty peppy. And I still have to get the hang of, like, once we get into the next reputation phase, it's like when we see, like, for the people that have 3 reputation tags, it's like, what kind of consequence, depending on, like, what we have more of, the positive or the negative. It's like, what can we consider as reputation consequences from there? So for this first one, we don't get any, just for say, but on the next reputation phase, we will start looking at the reputation criteria on your playbook, and then start to see whether, like, any of the reputations are raised or lowered to change your reputation, and whether it's good or bad. And if you have 3 reputation tags, it's like you're gonna get a reputation consequence, good or bad, depending on how those tags look. So that's how it's gonna work for the next reputation phase. So now we come to the fun part, because this is going to determine how the next parts play out. Rumor and scandal. Ooh. All right. So, rumor and scandal. Each of us will take 2 turns. And these turns can be in any order. So if somebody comes up with something, then you could just jump in and then mention it, right? On your turn, you can either take a whisper action. So let's go into the rumor and scandal sheet. Pardon. You could take a whisper action or a rumor action. All right. So for a whisper action, you can create a new whisper and add it to the whisper section of the sheet. Because every rumor starts with a whisper. It's a piece of gossip flying around town. And it doesn't have to be about any major characters. It can be about connections or even world events. So just something that's kind of like, off on the breeze, that we hear whispers about, So you can create a new whisper and add it to the whisper section. Or you can do a few rumor actions. You can do one of a few rumor actions. You can either alter a current rumor to show how the talk has changed. You can fan the flames, add extra gossip around a rumor that expounds upon it directly or indirectly. You can overhear, you can describe your major character or a connection hearing a rumor along with their reaction. Or you can spend one of your resolve tokens to mark a current rumor, as talk of the town, which goes over to the right side, and it become the excessive focus of our current society as being like, oh, everybody's talking about this now. So, anyway, for right now, we have only one current rumor on the board that we can either fan the flames around it, alter it, or, yeah, alter it or fan the flames about it. We can create new rumors, or you can create a whisper, like, what's happening around the world or something.
There's already a rumor
Mhm.
about, or is this not a rumor? I guess that's just her plan. But I know that I accidentally made a rumor that I am in some sort of talks with Lieutenant Eliza.
Oh,
Um,
so
and
do we want to?
yeah, I want to like solidify it.
Oh,
Alexa, stop.
down with my watch, dude. What?
Unbelievable.
If you want to create that as a yeah. If you were like,
Yeah.
rumors are have been heard by most of society, and indeed some people even believe them to be true. So
I think I'll more create it as a whisper because I think
okay,
at this point it's only been to Eleanor.
yeah,
And it's going to be kind of difficult for her to even know if that's a rumor because no one else knows about it.
yeah. Because you just created it on the spot, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, put that as a whisper. All right, so that's one. Anybody have a rumor or a whisper?
I think that people are whispering that what is the cousin? What's their name again? I think people are whispering that Teddy and Rosemary are an item.
Ooh.
I don't necessarily think that's true,
Right.
but I think that's a whisper.
I think Teddy did make it, like, to the ball in some respects, because he definitely wanted to hear Rosemary perform, and they're friends. So yeah, that would be cute.
Maybe a whisper that that Prudence is bringing Oliver into the uh, gambling area, circle.
Oh God, amazing. Okay, I want to say, this could be a rumor that the military is creating a nearby annex. Wait, so with the return of Captain Warrender and Lieutenant Rutherford, the military is creating a nearby annex. I think I'll create that as a whisper to start, because that may not be. So if you created one, then you take a second turn. A rumor, ouch, or a whisper.
I think there's a whisper about the vicar.
Ooh.
I think that people are whispering that the vicar has been drinking a lot lately.
Oh, okay.
Again, not saying that's true.
Right. Sure. Put that in there.
I'd like to fan the flames of the Rutherford having wild party rumor.
Okay. Sure. Do you want to? Yeah, go ahead. How do you want to? How do you want to like make it
I want to
worse?
say that they were the reason why Elias wasn't at the ball was because he was the host of that, like a more tawdry party
Oh no!
at the same time.
Oh no! Oh, Ollie. Some people might think that's true. Oh shit. Mm. I think of what I want to
And I'll
create.
say that there's a whisper that Commander Jack is in danger of being dishonorably discharged for his behavior because people saw him talking to the Commodore.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
How many do we get?
You get 2 turns each.
Okay.
Trying to
Was that
think.
my second turn?
I didn't count. I'm sorry.
Is it two turns and it's a whisper or a rumor?
A whisper or a rumor, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I did a whisper and I both did a rumor. So I'm
Okay,
good.
yeah. I didn't know what I want for my second thing. I think Jekiah Samuels was seen at the offices of Whittier Trading recently. What that means, I don't know. Did everybody take their turns? Okay, rumor and scandal. All right. So now we have the chance to really, really dig into those whispers and scandal for next time. All right. Sorry. Between each novel chapter is what's known as the epistolary phase, okay? So for the writing of letters. So in this phase, each person, including me, may write up to 2 letters, all right? You can write the letters in any order. They don't have to be written consecutively, all right? It doesn't have to cover every letter that your major characters or connections would have written to each other, but gives us the highlights. You can freely assume that all letters have been politely replied to unless you decide otherwise. So when you do this, when you do a letter, you must first state who the letter is from and who will receive it. You then say the contents of the letter out loud. So you can say word for word what the letter contains, you can paraphrase the letter, or a bit of both, okay? You don't have to be you don't have to be painstakingly written if you're not sure about the exact content, but giving a sense of the letter is great as well, all right? So you can write a letter from your major character, a connection you play, or in rare cases, any other person necessary. So like a records office, a court official, or some duke's chief of staff, if that's included in our play somehow. You cannot write a letter from a character or a connection played by someone else, but you can request one. The letter contents have no limits on what you can include in a letter, but the normal rules for the use of resolve tokens apply. So you can communicate a message, describe a past event or series of events, or document a change in feelings or intentions. But if it requires like a really big change affecting somebody else, like just make sure that they're okay with it and then use the resolve token negotiation. And they don't even have to be traditional letters. They can be notes slipped under doors, poems, drawings, journal entries, gossip columns, advertisements, or anything else in a written format that helps you tell the story. So this epistolary phase is like, go for it. Like however you want to write your feelings or write to someone, please do. Requesting letters. You can also pay a resolve token to request a letter written by another major character, connection, or someone else entirely. A letter written as a result of the resolve token spent in this way does not count towards the limit of 2 letters per player. So it's essentially giving yourself an extra letter if you want to do it. Now, for play styles. So, you can do this any way you like. We can do this as its own phase within game itself, like where you narrate who's writing, who you're sending it to, and then just kind of narrate the contents of your letter. Like me as Eleanor is going to write to Prudence, and I'm going to be, talking about my sisterly duty and saying it's like, I don't think I'm going to, whatever I want to say, right? So, and that would be one of my letters. Or I could really think about it and write out the letter and then put it into our chat, and then write it as a letter to Prudence, dear sister, da 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 da, whatever. And then, do that however I choose and however flowery or however short and curt I need to make it, whatever in character. And then if you really want to go cray-cray, you can pen it yourself and then take a picture of it and then put it in the chat, however you'd like to do this, and again, as the playtest materials say, it's like you can make it a journal entry, you could make it a advertisement, you can, however you want to let your feelings fly free, as it says. So, Yeah. I mean, we can take this. If you have an idea of what you want to say or to whom you want to say it to, you can kind of summarize it here and then actually do the thing outside, like offline for before the next session, or we can just like end it here, do some stars and wishes, and then like you guys can go whole hog like for the next week and then decide who you want to write to and what you want to say, you know? Because I know I have to do that. I have to figure out like who I'm gonna write letters to. I mean, I really like this section because it's like I have fun with this section to try and figure out what the hell do I want to say. And this could also be something that may not necessarily be something that is a continuation of something that is going to be in a scene necessarily, but it could be like a kind of like a follow up that may not necessarily become a scene in the next section. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, feel free however you want to develop this as part of the story. Because again, if you do put it in the chat, I can render it and then like, add it to the video, when I come out with a video and go like, hey, look, here's the letters. So, anybody have any ideas about kind of like what or who you want to write to in the section? If not, then we could just go, to stars and wishes or whatever. That's perfectly fine. I'm not forcing anybody to be like, yes, you must do it now, you know.
Do you want us to do all of them now?
Oh, no, I mean, like
Okay.
you can totally like, think on it and be like, I want to consider I'm going to be this connection and I'm going to write to blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So,
I at
I,
least want to send something to Jakaya
okay.
because I kind of want that done as soon as possible. But it's going to be a really simple, like not even really a letter. It's going to be handed to someone who's going
Okay.
to hand it to him.
Okay.
And it's just going to be me writing really quickly. Like, Jakaya, write something up. Use the templates we have from the one business from Chicago. Uh, go go and meet Eleanor as soon as possible. Show her that this is legitimate. I said 6 to 700.
Oh my God.
And he,
Amazing.
and he should know
Hmm, hmm,
how to
hmm.
work it.
Oh shit. Amazing. I love it. Okay. So that would count as one of your letters, like unless you want to like, you know, extend upon it, in in the chat. But yeah, that could be one of your letters for sure. Anybody else that wants to
I don't necessarily can we do a resolve token in a epistolary phase?
yeah. I mean, like if you want an extra letter, right? So if you want
Yes.
to do an effect or whatever. So
Yes.
is it something that well, okay, there's two ways you can use the resolve token in an epistolary phase. You can just use it just to have an extra letter, or
Hmm.
you can definitely direct it to changing something significant for another player. So you
Yes.
want to direct it to someone?
Well, I guess I don't know which one this would be, but I want Jack, Commander Jack, to have overheard Ollie and Prudence's conversation because number one, they weren't very quiet about
No,
it.
no.
And number two, he was specifically looking for the woman who had
Hmm.
scorned John.
Sure,
Like I feel like he would have caught on
sure.
to that and like shimmied a little closer
Uh-huh,
and
uh-huh.
got all of the information.
So who's writing a letter
Jack, and I want
to?
him to write a letter to Eleanor.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, I think who would affect that? Who in
Well,
terms of
Tanya controls Jack, right? So couldn't
yeah.
Hmm.
she
So
just write
basically,
that
but
letter?
yeah, but she would have to direct like like for who it would affect more. Like who
I
is it
mean,
affecting?
Jack is on John's side and probably Eleanor's side, even though I don't think he really knows about that. So I
Hmm.
think his purpose is to directly affect Prudence.
Okay, all right. So then, like, I think that resolve token would go to Prudence then.
Okay.
Yeah, from Jack to Prudence, even
And
though it's
then
written to Eleanor. Yeah,
I'll write that up.
yeah. I can't wait to see what this letter looks like. Especially because it's like, he's staying at the Whittiers anyway. But I mean, like, I can
Hmm.
see where this would be like more of a private letter for
Yeah.
them. So that's very cool. So,
And then I also had an idea and I just wanted to ask if this would be appropriate. Where do we know where? Oh, I'm Eliza too. My gosh. I was gonna say, do we know where Eliza is staying?
oh yeah, you know what? I don't know if we ever established that. Um, does she know anybody in town? That's the question.
I mean, she served with Elias, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe she's staying with the Rutherfords.
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make
And
that
that's why
note.
she wasn't at
Yeah.
the Harvest Ball.
Yeah. But somehow I mean, but you seem to know, I mean, like, Prudence seems to know a lot about the Rutherfords, which is why she's like,
Hmm.
kind of like, on, like, Ollie about, like, his association with them. So this is curious. I'm dead curious now. I'm like,
Now, Ollie did ask me to write or to connect with Elias.
mm.
However, I still don't like that match. So, and also I accidentally put Eliza in my sister's uh viewpoint. So I have to fix that. Um, so I think I want to write to Eliza. Is there any way I can, I don't know, double dip
Double dip.
and,
Wait,
and try to write to Elias and Eliza? Like,
interesting.
can I do a thing where I send two identical letters to two different people in the same household?
Oh my God. Wait. What's your goal for sending the two identical letters? What?
Yes. So I don't think I know. No, I don't think I do. I don't really know Elias that much. I just know that I don't like him. But I'd like to do almost like a like a letter of introduction. So if Ollie were to ask me, like, oh, did you like, because we kind of left it open-ended.
Mhm.
And so I can be like, yes, I sent something to them. I'm waiting to hear back, or we're gonna have lunch. But I'd basically like to send the same thing to Eliza. Be like, hello, my name is so and so. You don't know me. I'd love to have lunch with you sometime. Try to wrap up some of these loose ends I've made
Oh my
for myself.
gosh. Amazing. I die. Yeah. Amazing. Since it's the same letter though, I don't even know how I would like, field that because I
Me
feel
neither.
that definitely would require, you know, mm,
Um,
some weirdness on your part. Okay. Wow. Prudence is full of chicanery. That's all I gotta say. God dang. Um,
yeah,
I'm almost wishing that we did have the reputation tags um put in here because there's something wild and crazy about her. Um, hmm,
can I give a resolve token to Ollie to get the extra letter?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Amazing.
I do not know what letters I want to write yet.
Mm, yeah. No, I mean that's fine. You have time to consider. I mean, like it's like you have two letters, at least two letters that you can write, and if you want to write more, you can always spend resolve token to do so. But yeah, I'm still having to figure out like, okay, like who do I want to write to? I think Eleanor is probably going to write like a short letter with some sisterly concern, but also like some reticence as well to Prudence and be like, after much consideration, I don't think I can, in all honesty and not integrity, but some similar word, that she would be able to help fund this enterprise of hers, of Prudence's, because I mean, even with the information that she might have gotten from Jakaya, I mean, like, it seems a bit vague, and that's not necessarily enough to get Eleanor interested. And I mean, she's still feeling a little bit reticent enough to not show her husband yet, like to discuss it with Harold, even though she knows that he would probably, like, look it over in his business like way and then like kind of give her like advice over it, because I mean, like, she considers anything having to do with her family to be her purview, and she's not going to accept any necessary advice from him just yet, so. But I think that'll be the letter. Whether I actually like totally fulfill it or not, like, to actually write it out, I'm not sure yet. But, that'll be one of my letters for sure. Second letter, who knows? So.
Just a question. Why was Oliver getting the resolve token? Tanya?
I was thinking of writing a letter to Elias
Okay.
for you, sort of.
Okay, like a good letter or a bad letter?
A good letter, yeah.
Okay.
Because yeah,
She's sort of trying to be your wingman, maybe. Who
yeah,
knows?
sort of trying.
Sort of trying, as Prudence is wont to do. Maybe.
Hmm.
Alrighty. So.
Cool. I think my first letter would be from Ollie to Eleanor asking for confirmation about the rumor of Prudence and Lieutenant Eliza. Um, and yeah, I mean, if you want to assume that Eleanor thinks Ollie that Prudence already, told Ollie so that she's not breaking that confidence, feel free.
Mm.
And second letter, I think, is going to be the Commodore to the Viscount,
Oh, nice.
asking to persuade Captain John that it's in
Best interest.
his best interest
Nice.
to stay within the Navy.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll be interested to see these letters, like, if they end up in our chat, like, fully fleshed out, or if you just want to narrate. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Just do a to, a from, and then like summarize, quickly what the letter would say. If you don't want to completely write it out in character, which is perfectly fine. Okay. So yeah, take advantage of your epistolary phase, outside of the game, and we'll go offline with it. So we're going to end here and then have some stars and wishes. And then for the next session, we're going to start with another novel phase. And hopefully we'll have Sabine back. So this way we can start seeing Elias come into the mix and go, what the hell is going on? So, which is, I can't wait to see.
Hmm.
So stars, things that you enjoyed about the gameplay, role play each other for the session, and wishes are what you'd like to see for next time or the future for your characters.
Stars to Tanya for both Prudence and Jack. They're lovely loose cannons.
They really
my
are
God. Oh.
great characters. Yeah, stars to Sean for that curveball, an absolute curveball, which was even shocked me like as a player. I was like, what would Prudence do? She'd run away. I run.
I'm like, oh my God, that was like so perfect. It's just like a domino effect of like, now you're gonna meet, and then you're gonna meet. Oh no. So good. Oh, you guys are great. Stars to Captain John though. I mean, like, so earnest. I mean, like, just he's laying it out there. He's back, and he's just, it's like, want to do this, but I don't think he was really considering why he wanted to get back with her until he had the conversation with the Viscount, which I think was like even more so. I'm just like, dude, I mean, like, you've been away, you left because she rejected you. Why didn't you think about it? You know what I'm saying? So I just love his stoicism, but yet it's like, you need to start thinking about it, not just doing it because you're being told to, or you're being, you're being kind of led to or whatever. I mean, like you just gotta think about what you want now, and I really appreciate the way your quiet stoicism's like showing through for Captain John. I want to say Captain Jack because I'm thinking of the Doctor Who guy, but I mean like it's not the
Yeah.
same guy, not the same guy at all. Which again, like leading to Captain Commander Jack. That was like, so yeah, just go for the guy who's just like, just like having like the two partners on his arm and be like, oh, my Captain John's here. I'm gonna like, sidle up to him. Great. I mean, I think he's the one that deserves the wanton tag, not you, not you, Prudence. Um, and then Ollie, it's like, Ollie's so sweet. It's like I'm looking and I'm waiting for Elias and he's not there. I'm like, oh man, this is so sad. But I'm so glad he's trusted by the Viscount. That's one because I mean he's he's trusted to do a great job with the daughter, even though the daughter's hopeless. But also that really good conversation between him and Prudence at the card table. I think that was really cool. Like trying to lay it in there, but yet it was like I was still trying to understand. It's like, is Prudence trying to get with Ollie or Ollie trying to be with Prudence? I mean, like, it felt a little bit more than friends, but not quite
Mhm.
romantic. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
it was a very, like, more intimate dynamic, but yet not so intimate that, like, we were thinking that both of them were going to be lovers. So I want to see more of that, basically. I just want to see, like, why Prudence may want to be close with Ollie again, but yet like also like I want to be free,
Mhm.
the free wild child that she is, and yeah, I mean Eleanor's gonna try to look out for her, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Stars to Sean for the yeah, the whole setup, like everything, like all the setup and throughout the session with the being right up front with Prudence at the gate, right at the gate, and then um the scene with Commander Jack, and then getting talking to the Viscount, and I wrote on the line, but who would be interested in me? Question mark.
Mhm.
I thought that was very funny. And in that same conversation adds the Viscount giving fatherly advice was cool. And then Eleanor kind of, doing the same with Prudence in a way. Um, and that and the line I wrote for you was like, what are your standards? Uh,
Mhm.
which I thought was a very nice sisterly thing to point out. Um, and then Tanya, I love that you're just like throwing out these ideas that kind of came out of you know the the getting money from Eleanor, that during that whole element, the fake girlfriend with Eliza was very cool. Um,
Messy.
Messy, yeah, exactly. I like Commander Jack's comment about the flirting with Captain John. Like, oh, your suit's so well tailored. Um,
Yeah.
and then I also like the line with Prudence and Miriam, getting to talk, and Prudence coming back on factory reset. Uh, was great. Wishes, I'd like to see Rosemary at some point. I think she could be a funny character. We don't have someone to play her yet, unless you want to play her Mads, because she's part of the Viscount.
yeah, I mean I can totally play old and younger. I mean like
Yeah.
I've done both, so I mean like it's totally cool. I can totally play an ingenue. Sure.
My wish is to see Prudence and Commander Jack interacting.
Oh
I want to
shit,
see what that looks like.
Me talking to myself.
Hmm.
that's so funny. We should like have backups for backups. It's being like, it makes sense that these two would talk, but
Mhm. I really enjoyed the interaction with Eleanor, for particularly for Prudence, particularly since she's been she went from one situation to a bad situation to another bad situation. She was having a rough night and she got there late. But and I think a wish is for me to for more inner monologue because in the moment where Eleanor said something about standards,
Mhm.
or no, before she said something about standards, the thing in I was thinking in Prudence's head was she was like, I'm sure I'll find someone up to your standards. But of course she said my standards because she doesn't want to get on Eleanor's bad side or make Eleanor feel like the reason why she hasn't found anybody is because of her. Um, so I think that would have been a good thing to vocalize.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like, a wish would be definitely to see more of this weird complicated sisterly relationship that they have. It's like, well, why did Prudence like stray away from the Brookses slash Whittiers, right? Because I mean, like, I get it because like Eleanor's got like, stick up her ass because of like, the standing that she has, but yet she's such a gossipy bitch, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. And then like this very, very high disdain that she has for Captain John, but yet like Harold, her husband, is like, plumping for Commander Jack to go with Captain John. So is there something like, what the hell's
Hmm.
going on there? Or is it like, oh, well, I mean, like, he's good enough for him, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, I don't know. So that would be an interesting like byplay. I want to see more of that, like, to see how
Hmm.
that develops. And then will Captain John notice now that Commander Jack is interested now that Viscount has like kind of like given him a pep talk and saying, dude,
Yeah, you
why?
invited him to dinner after he was clearly flirting.
Right,
But
right.
now that after that scene, I was like, oh, he doesn't know that
No,
he was
no. It's like
flirting.
open your eyes, man. Right, exactly. So that sort of thing, right?
Love
See
that.
more of that. Yeah. And yeah, just getting into the mix of it's like, okay, Captain John, it's like, people are interested. It's okay. It's okay. So like more of that. And then Ollie, and it's like, can't wait to see like the byplay between Ollie and Elias, and then seeing it's like, is this thing gonna work? I don't know. I mean, like, and who will know? Who does know, right? I mean, is it truly secret? Or does your aunt find out? Or like, who inconveniently finds out that you guys are affianced? So those are my wishes. Anybody else? Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, look to what you want to do for your letters, whether you want to like, really expound them out, or again, just do like a quick summary slash narrative in the chat. That's what you guys got for homework for the next week. And, I will see you for the next session where we're going to start with the novel phase again. All right. So, you guys have a wonderful week. Happy gaming to you all. See ya.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.